Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, January 22. I'm Herman Green with the Midday News. A special welcome if you're watching online at onespotmedia.com. We could have done better to lessen the impact of the dengue virus on Jamaicans. That's from the Health Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton. The Health Ministry has been facing criticism as the opposition and various individuals continue to blame the government for what they deem as a slow response to the dengue outbreak. We have the details in this report. Speaking on Primetime News Monday evening, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton continued to defend the ministry's position in relation to declaring a dengue outbreak. He stated that the ministry had started its vector control and public education program from as early as last summer. He noted that warnings were given to the public in May 2018, but the threshold for it to be declared an outbreak was not reached until December. As to the comments of a slow response,
it's a judgment call in terms of how you manage the process, and I'll never be here to say that there aren't lessons to be learned. The reality is that the team gathered the data, supplied me with the data, and we acted on the data that was available.
But opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Dayton Campbell, says he's still dissatisfied with the minister's handling of the dengue situation.
The fact of the matter is that the ministry is currently just making arrangements to meet with the doctors so that the practicing physicians in the country. The ministry is just making arrangements to meet with them. I'm not satisfied as well based on the number of persons who have suffered. We've lost too many lives.
Dr. Tufton, however, noted that the ministry has been reviewing its methods and he's contemplating making several changes.
There are some proposals that I'm considering, one of which is going to be to expand the cadre of permanent staff in the vector program. Right now we have 220 vector workers across the country distributed in parishes. I believe we need to go closer to 300. We engage 1,000 temporary workers, but we deploy them 500 at a time. I believe we need to deploy all 1,000 once and make them work earlier to bring alertness to the public, because I believe the most effective campaign is the home visitations, the inspection of breeding sites.
One mayor is this afternoon raising concern over cleanup efforts which were carried out by the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, over the holiday period. Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Councillor Bertel Moore, says over the period, no work was carried out in a section of his constituency, that of West End in Negril. He says that has left him and residents within the area concerned.
What is happening in the parish? We were told that all town centers will be cleaned up for the Christmas. And when I look at West End Road, it's a total.
And there are concerns also in Clarendon, as the Custos William Shaguri this afternoon is complaining about the number of people being killed in rising crime across the parish. There's been a recent upsurge in violence, particularly in the Hayes community, where he laments that many innocent youngsters have been killed.
If they continue like this, we won't have any centurions in the future. They'll be dead before them reach 25.
It's one of the reasons he's pushing for more young people to become justices of the peace.
People that are qualified, because the older persons do not know the younger people. They might know their mother or their father, but in signing any documentation today, you really need to know the person.
Mr. Shaguri was speaking at the birthday celebration for a 106-year-old woman in the parish on Monday, where he also urged young people in Clarendon to get a skill.
The men need to go and learn a trade. If they can't they don't have the educational skills to be doctors or lawyers, not all of us can be like that. Go and do a trade. There's a shortage of trade people in this country that is unbelievable. You can't get anybody to work anymore. And so, they need to go and stop trying to kill people. Stop trying to father off the whole world and not accepting responsibility for the children that they have.
Several businesses along Main Street in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth will now have to fork out thousands of dollars to repair glasses after a man who is said to be of unsound mind reportedly threw stones into the buildings. It's reported that about 4 o'clock Tuesday morning, the man threw large stones into windows, causing severe damage. A member of the public says the man also attacked passers-by.
Yesterday they write the same much of one woman bagayam. If you stop off where I'm going with, tear gun. You understand?
So, the police come to the scene?
I find this same man behave like because even me rush at Grand Market night and police have to attack him. I say me call police on him.
The business operators are calling for the authorities to remove him from the streets and are asking for the police to patrol the area more frequently during this time. There's a suggestion for greater focus to be placed on the entertainment and creative arts sectors as a means of reducing unemployment even further. It comes from Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams. At the launch ceremony for Reggae Month on Sunday, Mayor Williams stated that globally, revenues from the entertainment sector surpasses other major industries such as telecommunications.
What we are saying, if we create the environment within which the creative industries can flourish, if we do that, as we should, then the creative industries can easily surpass the telecommunications companies. That would be huge for Jamaica, would be huge for the city of Kingston, the home of reggae music.
He says while it would provide a boost for reggae music and other facets of the creative sector, it would also contribute significantly to employment figures. Unemployment is at a record low of 8.4%. He believes this focus could lead to realizing full employment.
It is time for us, it is time for the government to begin to chart the path for the growth of this industry. Because this industry will facilitate full employment, and will create a high standard of living, a good quality of life within our city, Kingston, and within Jamaica.
The mayor also revealed that revenue from the entertainment sector increased by 14% over last year. A Jamaican institution is making its name among international aviation schools. At its first graduation ceremony this year, chairman of the Aviation University of the Americas, David Robertson, announced the record-setting accomplishment in the institution's first 4 years.
The Naples Air Center has now produced 7 pilots out of the graduating class in 2017, which in itself is a huge achievement. We have now produced these commercial pilots who are flight instructors. The university itself, the importance will never be able to be seen until my prediction, the end of this year, when we will have at least 2 of the students at an airline.
The university was established in 2014. Mr. Robertson notes that recent industry changes stipulate that pilots must have a degree in order to be considered for employment. He says that is already part of their program.
So in my discussions with the owner from Naples, we have 2 airlines who are already trying to find out and get contracts signed with the 7 that are in the USA now. All they said is, do you have an associate degree or do you have a degree? So this is where the success of the university will really take bloom.
We go down to sports. Special Olympics Jamaica on Monday received a boost of $1 million plus gear from double sprint world record holder Usain Bolt as they pushed to send 73 athletes and 25 officials to the Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi in March.
Special Olympics Jamaica is on a drive to raise just under 19 million Jamaican dollars for airfare to send 8 teams to the World Games in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. And retired track and field superstar Usain Bolt, through his foundation, handed over a check worth 1 million Jamaican dollars in addition to revealing that his longtime apparel sponsor, Puma, has agreed to sponsor the Special Olympians to the Games.
I know the struggles, and for me to help them, I'm an Olympian myself, so to help them to live a dream or to live an experience for me, it was an easy decision, and I'll continue giving back. And I urge the private sector also to come on board, help them give what you can give, because it's something good for a special need, you know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Executive Director of Special Olympics Jamaica, Lorna Bell, while happy that Bolt has made a contribution, is hoping that others will come on board.
I'm extremely excited this morning, and I just want to say thanks to them, and I want to make a special appeal to Jamaica to come on board and to help us. We are still short. Our budget for airfare alone is $143,000 US. We are getting there, but we still need some more support.
Chairman of Special Olympics Jamaica, Aldrich Ali McNabb, says he's also in talks with the government to raise additional funds.
The government is aware of what we're doing, and so we are in consultation with Minister Grange. The Prime Minister is also pretty aware that we have this 98-member team going.
Jamaica will be competing in swimming, bocce, roller skating, football, volleyball, basketball, badminton, and the track and field. Coach of the athletics team, Andre Johnstone, believes the 10-member track team will do well.
So far, they're doing great. We expect them to go to Abu Dhabi and get gold. We have been working on the 100 meters, the 200 meters track and field, and the relay. And the baton exchange is challenging for them, These are all students, these are all athletes with intellectual disabilities, so we have to guide them and we have to repeat and repeat with them. But I really have great expectations for them.
Jamaica will be aiming to improve on their 29 medals from the 2015 edition at the World Games in California, when they compete in Abu Dhabi between March 14 and 21. Keon Reina reporting for TVJ Sports.
And that's the Midday News. I'm Herman Green. Join us at 7 for a primetime news package. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.